What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. It feels like someone said in chat a minute ago, it's been forever. It does feel like it's been forever. International breaks are long. I've enjoyed it, if I'm honest. I've enjoyed the little break. But now we're back, ready for the next 3 or 4 game weeks before the next international break. Luckily, there isn't one for a little while. So, there's some pretty big news I see on Sergio Aguero. I'll be honest, I literally saw it about 20 minutes ago, so I need to read it properly before we talk about it. But it looks like he might be back earlier than expected, which is really annoying, if I'm honest, because I thought I was sitting pretty with Jesus, and it also makes the midfield pick a bit trickier. But we'll come on to that. I've got 2 free transfers tonight, which I'm not going to make. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. So if you're here just for live transfers, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I don't think it's going to happen tonight. I'll give you an idea of what I'm thinking. But yeah, 2 free transfers. Possibly need to wild my team soon. Aguero is a nightmare. I'm going to read. What is the news? Someone tweet me the news. The actual, proper news. Not, none of that fake news that Trump's always on about. David SILVA, yeah, he does now look to be one of the better options, to be honest. Because I suppose if Aguero is back, then makes Sterling or SANE a bit more prone to rotation. Davern and Sterling for Firmino and Mkhitaryan. That seems so template this week. But sometimes it's the way to go, and plus you've got to remember that not everyone's going to do that. Vardy's price rose. Is he 8.7 million now? Jesus could be rested. Yeah. That'd be annoying. That'd be really annoying. Because then I'm almost be in a position where I have to wildcard next week. He's back in full train. Oh, wow. That isn't suffering from a broken rib, is it? Ugh. Okay, that's not cool. Who else tweeted me? I can't really play. Okay. Oh, Jesus, he does look pretty fit there, doesn't he? Oh, balls. Okay. Wow, that changes a lot, doesn't it? Okay, Hardy's 8.6. Yeah, I already knew that, so that's good. How much have I got in the bank? I've got... Hang on a second. Oh God, it's been so long, I can't remember where to look for my money. I've got 0.2 million in the bank, so not a lot. Oh, boom! I was just about to say. So before we go on, check out in the chat there, Janskier. It's got a nice cool, my logo next to her, and, or him, don't know. It's got a green thing. Cheers for sponsoring the stream. I noticed, it said you did it a week ago. Because I've not been on the stream part of YouTube, I didn't notice it, but I saw it said new sponsor. So that's cool. You stand out in the chat quite well. I noticed that straight away as soon as you posted. So yeah, appreciate that. First ever sponsor for the stream. You're getting the nice little Let's Talk FPL logo next year. Awesome. Highly doubt the guy can play 90 with a broken rib. It doesn't. The thing is, the stream's only been live for like 5 minutes. I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, I've never had a broken rib, right? But from everything you read, if you've got a broken rib, it's very hard to move, let alone run. And he's in training, running everywhere there, so I'm not saying he's fit to just go and play 90, but he's probably going to be back for the next Premier League game. So I think it does become a problem. I think you don't get Jesus now, do you? He's had so many rests already. Was it even broken? Yeah, that's a good point, Matthew. We don't know for sure that it was broken. Hang on 2 seconds. Broken or cracked? I don't know. I never really looked into it. I thought he was out for weeks. Oh well. You've broken your ribs many times. It's easy to run but can be painful. Well, Aguero's a tough lad. You got to think though, like, obviously you say it's easy to run, but it can be painful. I mean, how much should you run? You got to think like, do you know what I mean? I know footballers aren't, you know, jogging marathons or anything, but they got a lot of sprinting to do. Could have just been bruised, but they didn't want him to go away on international break. Yeah, that's a good point actually, because I've got Jones and Atsu injuries. I'm hoping they're just international break injuries. So I really don't have a bench. I should have wildcarded, shouldn't I? Maybe I still could. Prices haven't risen that much. Maybe I could do Mkhitaryan downgrade and Firmino to Aguero. Hey Matt, how's it going? I noticed you haven't been around for a while. The Mirror reckons he could be back against Stoke. NFL running backs are often back after 2 weeks with a padded vest, and they take a lot of hits in the chest. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, like what Matthew says, I suppose. Either way, he's in training with the team tomorrow, having a late fitness test. We'll be back next weekend, if not Saturday. Sorry, I know the typing's annoying. Moved into uni a few weeks ago. Oh, nice. Is that your first year? How is the mod situation? There you go, Aspen. Do a great job. And no, there will be no more moderators added tonight before anyone asks. First year of uni. Living the dream, that is. Not have to worry about your grades. Plenty of drinking. What more could you want? Plenty of gaming. I remember spending like... Some days I just play Call of Duty for like 10 hours during the day and then go out at night. Oh, those were the days. What's up, Torres? Magic. You think Aguero plays FPL and has Jesus up front and trying to trick everyone? Maybe. Am I the only one yet to get a City mid in? I don't have one yet. Yeah, I saw the Aguero news. We were just chatting about that earlier. It's made things interesting. It's made things very annoying, to be honest. I don't know if it changes my plans really, because I've already got Jesus. For me, it's actually more annoying that Morata's still out. That's the one I want to come back. I don't know if I can afford. I'm just eyeing up Firmino to Aguero. No, I wouldn't do it this week. But let's have a look. How much would I be off? 2.8 million. Yeah, I'd have to downgrade Mkhitaryan to like a 5.4 million midfielder. Not sure about that. We'll find out tomorrow if someone bound to hassle Pep for an answer. Yeah, well, they definitely will ask. YouTube Gaming has night mode. Yeah, you can... Obviously, this isn't a gaming stream, but you can still watch it under YouTube Gaming. It's a shame they don't bring all the perks over from that yet. I think that's what you have to watch it through to sponsor. Oh yeah, of course, Mane's out. Who'd you bring in? I can't look past City midfielders, really. I mean, for this 1 week only, Spurs mid, I suppose. Could punt on Hazard. This does alter the wild card completely. Tripled on Man City. Silverstone. Yeah, I mean, Jesus is the problem now. I think Silva's fine. Sterling could even be okay. But yeah, fair enough. You probably don't want to triple on those that attack. How about playing Sutton ahead of Atsu? Sutton's not even going to play, is he? Why did Sutton miss the last game? He just dropped, wasn't he? Firmino and Jones in the same team. Not for long. Am I worried about Ben Davis? Well, do you mean for this week or in general? I mean, Rose is back now, but been hearing that for ages. I know now they're saying he's training. If he's only just started training, Surely I can get a few more weeks out of him. Out of Ben Davies, that is. Yeah, I don't... Wait, Dale Davies. That's cool. I didn't know how it was going to show up. Cheers, buddy. I like the look of that. It looks cool. Wonder how long... Oh, okay, it just stays at the top for a little bit. Dale Davis, what legend? Second sponsor for the stream. Fozzie, how's it going? Lots of people in tonight. Lots of the regulars. Rowe's been out for 9 months, won't be rushed. I mean, Spurs... I always lose my train of thought when like a sponsor or something comes in. Looks really awesome. Now you need to say something in chat, Dale. So you get the little icon next to your name. What were we talking about? Yeah, I don't know if I'm worried about Ben Davies. The thing is, I've got my wild card still. So, like, Ben Davies, yes, maybe to go. Lukaku in game week 12, I might want back. We might have a better idea of the kind of Morata whatever situation. Will I still want Vardy at that point? Oh yeah, that looks super cool. Super simple to be a sponsor, even has a PayPal payment option. Nice. I like that. I like the fact it's green. And you can get. I think now I've got 2 sponsors. I can get. What's the? I don't know if any of you have ever watched Twitch streams, like gaming Twitch streams. You get like custom emojis. I can get them made. So I can get like an Atsu emoji made. Yeah, emojis, that's the word. I mean, emojis, everyone says. Yeah, I think once you get 2 on YouTube, you can get custom emojis sponsors can use. Which is cool. You're totally stumped about whether to play Atsu Dab, I like it. Do a coverage video. Yeah, I do want to do a coverage video. Just have a rant, basically. Every video I've put out, like, recently is, where's your Chelsea players? Where's your Chelsea coverage? But no one ever tells me who I'm supposed to be getting rid of. Like, I'm supposed to get Hazard in, but where's the money coming from? Supposed to be getting a Chelsea defender, but where's the money coming from? And who am I getting rid of to fund it? Lukaku out, now or never. For me, right, with Lukaku, if you don't have... especially if you don't have a wild card, I don't see why you don't keep, because the next 2 games I think are fine. And fair enough, Spurs and... who is it? Spurs and Chelsea? Not great, but then the fixtures get really good again. Like, I'm going to be looking at getting him back in game week 12. I personally don't think there's 2... With Morata out and Aguero apparently back, and then that making Jesus not such a good option, I don't see the need to get rid of Lukaku right now. Unless, of course, you're trying to get Kane, then it's a different story. But the next 2 fixtures are fine, so why not wait and see then when it's Spurs and Chelsea up next? Yeah, I've seen Aguero's Twitter. Don't panic. We've talked about that already. The coverage rage will go viral. I wouldn't rage about it. I just want to... I'm not very good... Like, I've tried writing articles before. I'm not the greatest writer, to be honest. So I prefer just to talk it out with a mic. Even though I'm not the greatest speaker, I just prefer doing it that way. So I just want to kind of get my points across to why attacking coverage is just a load of rubbish. And you're not covering, you're just choosing who's the best option with your value, with your money. Thoughts on this? Morata, Mahrez and Firmino to Hazard, Abraham and Jesus. Jesus though, man. What if Jesus then just doesn't play next week, or he carries on getting 60 minutes? I kind of like the other moves. Abraham's got a good fixture and then a good few fixtures. Just worry about Swansea attack. I've looked at getting Abraham in for Firmino and then upgrading somewhere else. But I don't know. I just don't know. There, now with a more appropriate YouTube nick. Jansky FPL. Nice. I like it. Sorry, doing some cutting and pasting here for Twitter. Just grabbing a screenshot of. There's a lack of good quality budget midfielders and strikers so far. Yep, I would absolutely agree with that. Richarlison, maybe he's going to be okay. But if you had better basically, I was at least thinking of bringing Richarlison in this week to fund Firmino to Morata. But then Morata went and got injured. So that's why I'm kind of leaning towards Vardy. I've got 2 free transfers this week, so I'm probably going to use both. I really like SANE. Richarlison is last season's Capui. No, I don't think he is. To be honest. Thoughts on Alonso? My opinion on him hasn't really changed. I think if you've already got Alonso, I think you keep him. Just because, almost because you've kept him this long, and now the fixtures are about to turn. So let's see what he can do, especially with Hazard back. But if you're thinking about bringing him in, I don't know if he's good value for money longer term. Do I think Hazard is worth a hit? No. Don't think so. How is Jesus' fitness? We'll find out more tomorrow, I guess. But I'd say he's fine. Like, he's not played like the full 90 minutes for City much. He's young. You know, I know he's been to Brazil and back. But still, I think he'll play at least. You need Lukaku. No, I think I can do without this week. Lamella is 6'4". If he can get a run, he could be good. Yeah, I just don't think he's going to, is he? I think you need gonna need injuries there, because Ali Eriksson and what can I think? Who do they usually play? Ali Eriksson, someone else, Son, I suppose. But they don't play Son, do they? Who am I forgetting? 2 defensive mids. Let's say it's, well, Dembele's not been playing, has he? But anyway, Lamella's not gonna. But Sunderland doesn't always play though. So who'd they play there? What's his name? Not Wijnaldum. Oh my god. No, not Davies. No, not Sissoko. Yeah, he's played a few times, hasn't he? Ali Eriksson on their own when it's 3 at the back. Yeah, am I losing count here? Anyway, Lamella's not going to jump straight into the team with Son around. I think Son looks so good every time he plays. So it could be a little while until Lamella gets straight in the team. No, I'm not saying Sissoko is better. That's definitely not saying that. Just saying they've got a lot of people that could play ahead while Lamella's getting up to scratch. So I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be straight in the team or anything. Are you aware that you can't talk about your wildcard without saying it's in my back pocket? Yeah, that kind of just happens, I suppose. Kind of get used to saying a certain phrase. I had a job interview once when I was younger, and I absolutely nailed it. And they brought me back to speak to the area manager. It's basically like another little mini interview. And I kept answering and starting with "I guess." And they didn't give me the job, basically, after nailing it the first time around. And so I basically wrote to them and said, look, I'm still interested. I see you're still advertising it. Could I have another chance? And they said, sure, come back in. And they told me why they didn't give it to me. So you kept saying I guess. It didn't sound like you really wanted it. And then I could not stop saying I guess once they told me. So that was a very boring story for you. For what I keep saying in my back pocket. It's just there. It's like an association every time I say I've got my back pocket. I'd like to think Andy has a literal wild card in his back pocket like a donor card. I like that. Just for any occasions where you might need one. Fabregas with Kante out. No, I didn't get the job. Didn't even get a call back, I don't think. It sucks, because I probably one of the best interviews I've ever done for the first time. I just bottled it when I had to speak to the area manager. I guess you haven't learnt your lesson. Nope. Never will. Yeah, Fabregas I kind of like. I'm just not sure I like Fabregas as much with Morata not in the team, because Batshuayi is just not the same player. Do you know what I mean? I think, Batshuayi does okay when he comes on or when he plays with two up top, but when he has to lead the line himself, just not sure. So if it was Fabregas, if it was Kante out, Fabregas is probably going to play with Morata up front or Costa up front. I think that's a different proposition. What phrase did they want me to use? They just wanted me to sound like I, really wanted it, or instead of saying I guess sounds like you're not quite sure. They basically didn't want me saying that. It wasn't that they had a specific phrase they wanted me to use. What about Herrera? Nah. He's just not going to get many attacking returns. Assertive, I guess. I should never have told you that. All I'm going to see now is I guess. Best Chelsea option is Cahill. Nice and cheap, I suppose. How cheap is he now? Is he like 6.3? Let's have a look, see. Yeah, 6.3. Sigurdsson. I am just not enamoured by bringing in Everton players, to be honest. Is my wildcard active? No. You might have to wait a few more weeks for that. Usually I've played it soon. Yes, I am going to play Elliott ahead of Foster. I actually did the preview video, and literally as soon as I started talking about my goalkeepers, because I do those preview videos usually in like one take, which probably shows. I hit record, turn the mic on, and I just chat for like 12-13 minutes about my team or whatever. And as soon as I started talking, I was like, hang on a second, you should definitely be playing Elliott ahead of Foster this week. Southampton can't score. I'm probably going to bring in Vardy. Long term, though, I think Foster needs to go. Basically, in fact, I'm going to switch. I'll switch the goalies now. Otherwise, everyone will be asking me when they notice. Yeah, it was their loss. To be honest, it was to work in a bank. Well, like a building society in the UK. Do you know what? It worked out alright in the end. A few months later, applied for my current job, and I'm still here like nearly 6 years later at this point. Or 5.5 years. Also, I have some awful news. The new house is probably less than 2 weeks away until we can start looking at... Well, not moving in straight away, but starting to get everything sorted to move in. The internet has been ordered, my up to 12 megabyte internet. It's going to make me cry when I can't stream. We'll see. Would you get rid of Lacazette? No, I don't think I'd get rid of him, to be honest. Sky Q. It's funny you should say that. In fact, actually, when I signed up, I said to the guy, he had me on the phone for like 50 odd minutes just to get internet and stuff set up. It's fine, I got a good deal. But then he said, I said about Sky Q. I said, ring me back tomorrow, which would have been today, with your offer. Never did. Not happy about that. That is 12 megabytes, not 12 megabits. Yeah, megabytes. I don't think it is quite slow. I don't think it. I don't think it counts out streaming though, necessarily. I mean, people have been streaming for years on Twitch, and they're streaming games. I'm just streaming like a browser and a webcam. Like, I don't think it's going to be too bad. But up to 12 megabytes does not mean 12 megabytes. That's the problem. Could be like 1 or 2. But we'll see. Fingers crossed it'll be fine. It'll be the first thing I check once the computer's there. Do an internet test now. Now there's... I mean, the test is that it can get up to 12 meg. My current speed is like up to 320 meg. So it's a little bit of a difference. Only a little bit though. I think they recommend 5 minimum. Yeah, I'll have to see. I can't go with Virgin. Trust me, if I could get Virgin Media, I'd pay double than what I'm paying now to get that. I can't get it. As soon as Virgin send out a letter saying it's now available in your area, I'll be straight on the phone. FPL family, don't fancy Firmino for the foreseeable. I've shipped for Vardy. Boring, but Liverpool are totally. Oh my god, Liverpool are a totally different proposition without Mane. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think Mane is a problem. I do think that if they play Coutinho and Salah like to the left and right of Firmino, I think that's okay. I don't think they're going to be as good about Mane, but I don't think they'll suffer too much. But, agreed, I also do not want... what am I trying to say? I can't remember now. Every time a donation goes on screen, I lose track. Yeah, I don't think I want Firmino and Salah. I'm happy to keep Salah, but I think Firmino needs to go. Andy Golf Pro with a £1 donation. Thank you very much. To go along with the 2 awesome new sponsors today. Appreciate it. Is De Bruyne out of the picture? Yeah, I think so. You need to check the bandwidth you're using right now to check what you need. How do I do that? Have I tested my current speed? I don't know. Yeah, I might Google it for the next time. Oh, megabits. Okay, sorry. Anyway, I might check for next time. I'm not going to start Googling how to do it now. Wouldn't be the most interesting stream to watch. Would I put Hazard in if I was wildcarding? I'd be tempted to, for sure. Would I put him in? I'd almost be tempted to, just because you can always downgrade him if it goes wrong. And I don't think... There's some good midfield options out there. Like, I'm happy with Eriksen and Salah, for example, but Salah has 2 tough fixtures now. Spurs are about to get a little bit more difficult, although I still expect Eriksen to do well. So there's not like a super standout midfield option. So I think it's not often you get Hazard for like less than 5% ownership, whatever it is. So I'm going to be tempted. Can't wait to spam the back pocket wildcard emoji when people donate in the future. Yeah, back pocket wildcard. I need that. Rose is back. He's back in training. Let's see when he's actually going to be back. I mean, Spurs are going to need him. There's so many games coming up in November. It's ridiculous. Vardy versus West Brom as captain. What do you think? I mean, do you not have Harry Kane? Rhodes has been potentially back for ages. I think the difference is this time, it does seem like he's back in training, but that's not the first time we've heard that. He's been out for a long time. What about shipping Eriksen with the insane schedule coming up? Double header with Real Madrid. Nah. I'm not. I'm going to keep him. I think he's going to play in most minutes. Sorry for Mr. Man City chat. You're getting Silva, Sterling. Best two, or are you still on SANE? I don't know if... The problem with those three midfielders is... I don't know if there is like an absolute... hang on a sec, sorry. Okay, yeah, sorry. I don't know if there is a right or wrong answer, really. I mean, Silva is probably the most nailed, so I'd probably be tempted to get him if I was buying two. And Sterling or SANE. It looks to me like Sterling is probably going to get more minutes when Aguero's back. But that's so tricky to call. I mean, there's every chance that Sterling just gets rested and SANE plays. So I would, if I'm buying two, I'd probably make sure that Silva is one of them. Would be my advice. That's a good point, Physio. Make sure to go and like the stream if you haven't already. We're on 48 likes now. 52 away from 100, which I know we can get soon. Damn. Okay, let me... €1 donation from Yanks, 250125. I'm pretty sure you donated on the last stream, so I appreciate that. Adam Dury, £2 donation. Thank you very much. Draft. Oh, here we go. Swap Cresswell to Ward, Fuchs, or Mawson. I think I would keep Cresswell. That's Ward at Burnley, though, isn't it? If that's Stephen Ward, which I'm assuming it probably is, I'd be tempted to swap, because Burnley just aren't conceding many goals, and they got some really nice home fixtures coming up. So I'd be tempted to swap to Ward, but if you've not got another defender, you could swap to him. I mean, Cresswell looks okay. Mawson, I like Mawson, as you all know. But Swansea, nah, I'm not having it this year, and Sigurdsson's not there to play the ball into Mawson. And Fuchs, usually that would be him, wouldn't it? But I don't think you can really call him right now with Leicester. So yeah, I think I'd probably swap to Ward after my initial keep him. Swap to Ward, and but maybe see if you've got another defender you could swap instead. Hopefully that helps. Good luck this week in draft. So he says, yep, Stephen Ward. Other defenders are Bailly, Alderweireld, Otamendi, and Bellerin. Okay, fair enough. You're not changing any of them. I think Cresswell to Ward is a good transfer. Ward has City next week. Yeah, but he doesn't have to play him every week. I think long term, Burnley are going to keep more clean sheets than West Ham. I mean, Cresswell you could say is more attacking, but clean sheet wise, Burnley have got it, I think. Any forward planning for Pogba? No, guess what? I've got a wild card in my back pocket, so don't need to do any forward planning. It's all about that back pocket. Hey, no worries, Adam. Thanks for the donation. Appreciate it. That's 2 new subs now. 2 new donations. 3 new donations? I can't remember now. Jesus, people, I'm losing track. 3 new donations. Oh, yes. God, I'm really bad at this. When I don't stream for ages, I forget everything. So, yes, 1, go and like the stream if you haven't already. 2, there's polls in the top right hand corner. Just click the little eye, and yeah, click the little eye and vote. I only did 3 3 polls because basically I had 3 sorted ready to go. Then I asked you all on Twitter for more, and then I forgot to check them, and then I set the stream live. So forgive me if you provided me a poll and I didn't put it up. Only one internet provider at the new house. I mean, there's loads of people I could get internet from, but to be honest, it doesn't matter. It's all coming through the phone line, so it won't be any different no matter who I go with. Damn, Yanks 250125 with another donation, $1. Cheers, my man, or milady. Just out of interest, do you have a back pocket? Let me check. Yeah, I do on these pants. Donating. This feature is not available in your area. Yeah, I think it's only open to certain countries. Maybe you should have a should I wildcard poll. Yeah, maybe next time. Maybe next week. The problem with adding a poll in midstream, which I said before, is you have to all refresh the stream to be able to go and vote. I don't like that, to be honest. I like the fact you're watching, you're here, we're live. No need to go and replay or whatever. So yeah, go and vote on the polls. Let me. How long are we in the stream for? Okay, about another 10-15 minutes, and we'll go through the polls. So yeah, another 10-15 minutes. We're on 83 likes now. Do make sure you hit that button if you are enjoying the stream. Only 17 off 100, which would be awesome. Yanks, do you have any questions? You always, I never see you in the chat. Maybe I just miss you. Am I worried that Batshuayi? You can't worry about someone like Batshuayi getting a hat trick. No one owns him. If he scores a hat trick, yeah, it would suck because I have considered him, but not that much really. 8.1 million. It's quite expensive. I think it's not very often that a second striker comes in and actually does really well. I got burnt with Remy. I know Batshuayi's better than Remy was, but I don't know. You just tend to get burnt by second strikers. I know Iñárritu did okay for a while, but they're always short-term picks. How is Yanks feeling about Trinidad and Tobago? Ouch. What do I think about FIFA 18? Well, I've played like over 150 games already. I would say don't tell the missus that, but she's in the chat and she has to watch me walk to the gaming room every night. Your stream won't be monetized after YouTube hears that. Who cares? What a disgrace for the US team. Yeah, it did seem a bit poor on their part. Any suggestions for Aguero owners? Do you keep? I think maybe you keep. I don't know. Wait to see what Pep says tomorrow. Hopefully he'll give some kind of good indication about how far away he is, but maybe you have to keep Aguero now. I don't think he's going to play at the weekend. That just seems too quick to rush him back. I better like the stream myself, actually. Bring it up to 95. Ronaldo will be 33 in January. Do you think he has more years left in him? Yeah, absolutely. Like, there can't be many fitter players than him. Yanks with another $1. Yanks, you're the man. Appreciate that, dude. Yanks gone crazy. It's because I didn't tear into the US team. So he was happy with me. Thoughts on what to do with Morata if he's only out for a week? I think you'd probably want him back next week. I'd be tempted to keep. It depends if you've got a good bench or not, I suppose. Please tell Mark to tell them not to tweet preliminary bonus points. Yeah, I kind of mentioned that before, but I think it's what the guys behind the Twitter account want to do. I do agree, I just don't see the point. I don't see that. I mean, it gives them something to tweet about at half time and something at full time, like every match, but I just don't see the point. Until it's final, why like wind people up? They just want to know what bonus points they get. They don't want to know what they might get. And sometimes it really sometimes a player can end the game on 3 and then end up with 0. I mean, that doesn't happen very often, to be fair, especially if it's a striker, but it has happened. Dab and I'll send you €1. I can't dab for money. Do you think Pep is overrated? He managed Barca that had Messi, then he went on to manage Bayern who won the treble the season before. I don't know, we'll see this year, won't we? I mean, you can't just say he's overrated because he manages good teams. I mean, that's still tough, right? I mean, it's not easy to walk into a dressing room like that and manage them. Who would you like Ireland to play in the playoffs? I don't even know who's in the playoffs, to be honest, apart from Ireland. I just want Ireland to win. Be much more interesting over if they're in the World Cup next year. Usually defenders, when they concede late goals, their bonus goes. Yeah, but they'd lose that before the match ends. I'm talking about when the match finishes. They have a certain amount of bonus points and then it changes quite a bit. I still love the green names for the sponsors. Pep will take City to the title this year, annoyingly. Yeah, it looks like that right now, but it looked like this last year for a while. Granted, it wasn't this far into the season, I don't think. Well, they've only had 8 weeks, but they were beating teams like this last year. But they got so much squad depth this year. Do I think Batshuayi is a good gamble? Not really. Shaqiri might be next in line for penalties at Stoke. That would be interesting. Jones, Maguire or Cresswell for upcoming game weeks? I think Maguire. But let me just double check something a second. I can't remember how many more good fixtures West Ham have. They're okay. I think Maguire's better. I mean, Maguire's aren't like excellent by any stage, but I think Maguire's probably more likely to get attacking returns. What free transfer am I planning on doing? Actually, someone said to me earlier, maybe I should just do one and carry the other one. That is an option. It's not an option I'd really considered, to be honest. I could keep Mkhitaryan. So what's the rush to get rid of him? To bring a Man City mid in? Yeah, I probably want to do that. But I could just do Firmino to Vardy and carry another transfer. I feel like I'm prolonging the inevitable wildcard, though. I don't know. Eddie getting married in 3 weeks. Congratulations. So it could be Ireland versus Croatia, Italy, Switzerland, or Denmark. Oh, who's the worst team there? Switzerland or Croatia, I suppose. What would be the reasons to trigger your wildcard? I mean, I'm pretty close to it, I'd say. I don't think I'm going to do it this week. It's a bit late now, and I don't think I need it, but my bench is basically a load of rubbish. Carroll, Sutton along, no good. Foster's not a good keeper now, I don't think, with Elliott. Elliott's okay for the next few weeks, so I can get away with it, but longer term, Foster needs to go. Atsu probably needs to go soon enough too. I maybe want to get rid of one of my strikers. One of my midfielders. So there's a few things to do. I mean, if I get a few more injuries that aren't my bench this week, then I might have to do it. 2 things will survive the apocalypse: cockroaches in your back pocket. Well, I don't know about that. YouTube gaming app needs a better reply/mention option. I've not actually used it, so I'm not sure. Sucksurf is no good. I know YouTube's obviously a video site, but I feel like they've got to do a lot more for streaming, to be honest. They're kind of behind the curve when it comes to Twitch. Only problem with using a wildcard, it would leave you with a back pocket with nothing to put in it. That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. Do I think Ireland play anti-football? Ooh, controversial. I mean, I'm sure most Irish fans would agree with this. They don't have the best team. They don't have the most technically gifted players, so they play for what players they have, really. I love the fact that David Milo was captaining them. And he's mad into FIFA, has his own YouTube channel. Sterling's going to rise tonight. Yeah, I'll take the hit on that, I think. How's it going, Twisted? Yeah, still got the free hit. I'm actually changing my opinion a bit on the free hit, mainly because people keep posting their good scores with it, but I wonder if I'm leaving it to blank game weeks is the wrong move. Pardon me. Silva or Sterling on a wildcard long term? It's got to be Silva, hasn't it? Is there a 0% chance of me wildcarding this week? 0%? No. It's not a very big chance, though. It would mean I'd probably need like injury confirmation tomorrow, like on Jones or Atsu or someone else. Dale Davies, first of all, goes in the books as the second ever sponsor to the Let's Talk FPL stream, and now he's donating €1. What a legend. Cheers for that, Dale. Appreciate it. Silva's the only nailed City mid. No brainer. Yeah, I think so too. I do consider SANE as a short-term option, or I would have done it if Aguero wasn't back. Now I'm really worried about it, to be honest. Got to take a chance on Hazard this week. Yeah, but the problem is, to do Hazard, I'm probably looking at Mkhitaryan and Firmino out, and then I have to go like Abraham and Hazard. And I'm just not sure about that, to be honest. I mean, Vardy and Silva versus Hazard and Abraham. I don't know. Yosselu, yeah, he is an option. You should have a total donated on screen like Twitch. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I would do that. I think the good thing about Twitch is there's loads of plugins that just do that stuff for you. And I don't think there is for YouTube, but I'll look into it. Because that would be cool. My theory is that Yanks is Trump distributing the remainder of the US budget. Maybe he is. Joselu, he has Palace in game week 9. Who has the patience of a saint? Me. Don't know about that. I think as I've played FPL more, and probably as I've got older, I have a bit more patience. Jesus, Dale with a €2 now. That was just a test. You could have asked a question there, my man. I'll see your questions anyway, because you're sponsored. That was just a test too. He's building up to the big guns. Polls. I love that. Dale Davis, man of the match tonight. Actually, if you could get it like Twitch to show you the donations and total them up, you could. I wonder if you could edit it to say that. So by the end of the stream, you have man of the match. I like that. Very clever. Bring Hauler out for a meal at the weekend. Oh god, I hope she's not still watching. Okay, what was I doing? Polls. Let's have a look. There were only 3 polls. I apologise in advance. There will be more next time around. I promise. Alright? Don't be mad at me. Gradually testing them until I'm 100 down. 500 down. Jesus. Don't do that. Okay, so game week 8 captain. Wow. I wonder if you can guess who it is. Put it in the chat who you think is the top. It's Kane, Jesus, Lukaku, or a Man City mid. Who do you think's top of that for captain this week? I bet you can't guess. Am I a betting man? Nah, not really. Used to be. So it's Kane, Jesus, Lukaku, or a Man City mid. Few guesses for Kane. 1 for the Undertaker. 1 for Tony Hibbert. I like that. So most people saying Kane, and surprisingly, you are correct. Kane has 88% of the total vote. There's been about 180 votes, so a bit less than normal. We've got a few less viewers than normal. But 181 votes and 88% say Kane's the best captain. 5% say Jesus. 1% say Lukaku. Nobody says Man City mid. And 3% says someone else. Next up, how many transfers in Game of K? I'll just read these out. So again, about 180 responses. Hazard's not in the poll. He'd come under someone else. 32% have taken 2. Apparently 25% have put wildcard time. 20% say 1. 17% say they're taking 3+, and 3% say 0. And then which Man City mid to bring in? This is probably the most important one. So 180 responses again. 42% say Sterling. 41% say SILVA. 10% say SANE. And 5% say De Bruyne. So Sterling and SILVA are almost neck and neck. There's 3 votes in it, 42% and 41%. Which is nice. Jesus, Dale, come on. I hope you're not serious when you say you're going all the way to 500. I don't want to make you homeless or anything. But cheers, though. I do appreciate that. That's now a sponsor and €8. You're a legend. Poll number 4. Which pocket is the wild card in? I think I only have 1 back pocket. Yeah, it's on the right side. Right side back pocket. Oh, which pocket is the wild card in? Okay, sorry. I read that as which back pocket. I'm losing my mind. The back pocket, of course. Should you just keep Morata? Wait for news tomorrow first. And then see. Matthew Higgins with a sponsor. You absolute legend. Cheers, Matthew, after your donation last stream. Much appreciated. You sponsor for the stream. I have to, I don't know, think of something to do with sponsors. It's kind of, I enabled it and wasn't really expecting anyone to hit the button, so I don't know, we'll sort something out. I can actually put the chat into sponsor only, into sponsor only mode. There would just be 3 of you chatting together. And a load of people turning off. Yeah, cheers, Matthew. Appreciate that. Now you get the awesome, logo next to your name. Looks like all Davies are on fire these days. Absolutely. Matt and Dale neck and neck for 3 bonus. Matt definitely got the 3 bonus in the last stream. If you ever did that, Andy, you would be the biggest sellout. Oh no, look, there's this. That must be the first time I've been mentioned as a. I know you're not saying I'm a sellout, but first time I've seen that. Doesn't that mean you've like made it when someone calls you a sellout? Oh, of course I'm not going to test it out. You don't sound very Irish. That is because I'm not. I'll have to think of some emojis now. I'll probably have to get them designed as well. Let's talk FPL emojis. Back pocket wildcard seems like a goer. Jesus. Yeah, I can do Irish. I can have the crack. Only a matter of time until Nike and Adidas come knocking. It's coming, man. I actually had someone email me to ask to send in a video for their channel. To like present a... It's not going to happen, but I did it for the crack. See? I choose crack in a correct context. Without even really thinking about it. Atsu with his hand to his ear for all the haters. Ah, that'd be legendary. I don't know if you can... Cheers, John. I don't know if... I'll have to check what the rules are of the emojis. I know on Twitch there's certain ones you can't have. So I don't know if I can actually have one of Atsu, but we'll see. Our coverage, of course. I've got to have some... I don't know. What would a coverage emoji look like? I have to have a coverage emoji. And then every time someone mentions coverage, why haven't you got this person? Why haven't you got this team in your team? Definitely. Danny's so sick with the donation. £2, you legend. You got SANE and Sterling on wildcard. Replace SANE with, I think, SILVA. I do think... I know it seems that every man and their dog are all talking about Man City mids, and it's almost, again, seems too obvious to get them, but I don't really see any other standout midfield picks, apart from, like, Twister keeps mentioning Hazard, but I think Silva's better value for money. Did you hear about what Rafa Benitez said about Atsu today? He bought him because he was very cheap. Is that true? Oh, of course, yeah. No smoking sign, but with coverage written inside it. I already have to do that, actually. I like that. Yeah, coverage emoji. Definitely. First thing. Cheers for that, though, Danny. Appreciate that. What moves am I doing? Good question. No live transfers tonight, I'm afraid. I can't quite... I'm probably going to do Firmino to Vardy and then probably Mkhitaryan to SILVA. Just do it. Get on with it. Do I think Jesus will be safe this week? I think it's probably quite likely. I mean... Aguero is not going to play, I don't... Surely. See what Pep says tomorrow, but surely Aguero doesn't come straight back into the team. Yanks with another $1. See, Yanks, if you combined all these into like 5, those 5 donations into 5, it would stick at the top. Everyone will be able to see it. Yanks wants those 3 bonus points. I love the fact everyone's using bonus points. What does the WSM stand for in your FFS name? You have to work it out. Can we have a blast of Candyland? Yeah, of course. delete it and try again, I think. I don't know if the subs should be able to... yeah, exactly, it just looks like a cigarette. It should be... Yeah, it's quite a long emoji name. Why don't you hover over it? Yeah, I couldn't put Let's Talk FPL as the family name. You have to have like a name that all your emojis start off with, so I just went with LTFPL. I don't think any word in there is gonna be too good, to be honest. I'll have to overthink about that. I can just delete him and get someone else to do it anyway. Get someone else to do it. And you basically get more emojis as you get more sponsors. So I can, once I got 5, I can have 2 different emojis. So I really have to think then. An umbrella. I don't know, we'll think. We'll have a think about that. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much, it's there now. Stick to football. Ooh, tough Kiwi has spoken. Lukaku never looks like scoring. Interesting. Will Lukaku punish all sellers this week against a shaky Liverpool defence? He could do. I don't think he's going to go mad though. Be nice, like a goal and a couple of bonus maybe. Wildcard Supreme Manager. Yeah, it's only 7 and 7 for Lukaku. It's not great. Could be a lot better. Little hard to type on mobile. Yeah, I don't. The only thing is, if you click emojis, they're there, so you don't have to type every time. When will I use my wildcard? Probably next international break-ish. We'll see how my team's doing. United and Liverpool's attacks have it all: pace, precision, creativity and aggression. It will finish 0-0. Quite possibly. Won't be so bad for my Phil Jones. Will be bad for Salah though. That's what I need, Dale. A lot of spamming once someone mentions coverage. There you go. Much easier to do now. Is playing 5 at the back a good idea or not? Or a bad idea? Well, that depends. A lot of people are playing 5 at the back and they're doing alright. I do think, long term, I just can't see 5 at the back working. But usually I wouldn't have used 3-5-2, and that was the formation choice last year, so never say never. I have thought about 4 at the back myself. I mean, to be fair, there's not too many midfielders to go for, and with 3 big hitters up front, 5-2-3 is it's not the worst, I suppose. We both know why you don't have Lukaku on your team. Yeah, because I made a mistake a few weeks ago. Yeah, we like going back to Western Supermud. Cheap beer, especially when you compare it to Ireland. Cheers, Physio. Catch you later on. Tough Kiwi. Sorry that came across a bit mean. Honestly, I was only messing. I can take it. Do I think I'll look to bring in Lukaku by game week 12? Yeah, I think so. So any 6.5 million striker. Joshua Abraham, I think that's your only real choices. Just not convinced. Joselu or Niassi? Niassi. It's got to be Joselu, hasn't it? I think. Would I keep Lukaku this week? Yeah, I think so. No, it's tempting to bring in Jesus, but I think you keep Lukaku. Thoughts on getting Redmond in? Unless Charlie Austin becomes nailed, I have absolutely no intention of getting any Southampton attackers. They just can't score goals. They got Charlie Austin sitting on the bench. He does really well. Usually does well when he plays. He's just not getting a game. I love that. I played 5-2-3 last week, scored 76. No to coverage. I know you can't see the coverage, but at least everyone near knows what it is. That's all that matters. Catch you later, Dale. Cheers for all the donations and for the sponsorships. Really appreciated. Good to see you around here again. Enjoy the sleep. Oh, look at side Greg's. Just spoiling it there. Is it right to be without Man United attackers for 4 game weeks? But which ones do you want, I suppose? I mean, Mkhitaryan's not creating as much, not creating as many good chances. Lukaku, I'm saying don't get rid of him if you own him, but I'm not too bothered. If Charlie Austin gets starts, is he straight in the team? I love Charlie Austin. His price is great. He just scores goals when he plays. It's like no nonsense striker. Just does the business. Like last year, he was my 3rd striker, and when he got injured, that's when I switched to 3-5-2 eventually. It just got annoyed. How do we do the official no to coverage? Oh, NCC, that would have been so much cheaper, shorter. Emoji. You have to be a sponsor, basically. It's a sponsor emoji. Oh, excuse me. Austin's like Ron Seal. Yeah, exactly. It does exactly what it says on that tin. You think Gabby will play? Yeah, I mean, I picked Austin as my fantasy item risk, and it was a complete risk, but surely he's got to get a start soon. Am I settled on my transfers? Is there any persuading me? Not if the idea is to get Hazard in, I don't think. I think if I get rid of Firmino to a cheapie, I think I want to change formation, maybe go 3-5-2 or 4-4-2. Maybe get Alonso in this week. I like Atsu's fixtures anyway. Southampton's not ideal. I'd probably back Southampton for a clean sheet this week, but you got a couple of nice ones before game week 12. Then it really goes downhill, and then I'll be looking at getting rid. You've almost convinced yourself to swap Jesus to Vardy. Wow. Surely not. Surely you keep him for Stoke at home. They're blowing teams away. When the wildcard finally shows its head, is there any thoughts for Sanchez at all? Sanchez is going to have to do a lot between now and my wildcard, I think. He's playing out on the wing. He's not got penalties. He did much better last year as a striker. He's obviously still got points on the left wing, but not as many as when he was a striker. Lacazette's there to take points now. Apparently he's really sad that Chile aren't going to make it, that he's going to have to go and talk to someone. You know, he doesn't have Chile to play, like, he doesn't have to play really well for Arsenal week in, week out to get into the Chile team anyway, let alone when they're not getting the World Cup. But, I mean, he is probably looking for a transfer away, so maybe he will. He doesn't strike me as someone that's going to sulk too much. And if he does, he's still going to put in the effort. But nearly 12 million... I just don't think it's worth it for Sanchez. I mean, if he You know, if he goes and scores 2 hat-tricks in a row, maybe I'll reconsider, but 11.9 million is basically him or Kane, and you're not getting Kane. Not getting rid of Kane, right? Early thoughts on captain for game week 9. Jesus. Jesus, Fozzie. Who's Kane playing? Oh, Liverpool at home. Kane then, for sure. See, I would have maybe looked at Jesus, but not now. I don't know. Game week 9. If I'm completely honest with you, I haven't given it much thought. See, it would have been Morata maybe. Could be one Man City mid. Who do Man United have? Huddersfield away. Could be Lukaku. Look, if I go, a lot of people are saying Hazard, right? If I go Hazard, let's say I get rid of Mkhitaryan, because I don't really want rid of Salah or Eriksen, right? So let's say I go Chelsea, Hazard, 10.5. I have 6.4 to spend on my striker. And annoyingly, that would be enough to afford Austin. But realistically, I'm looking at Abraham, aren't I? Or Joselu. Abraham has Huddersfield at home, then Leicester at home, then Arsenal away, then Brighton at home, Burnley away, Bournemouth at home. So 4 okay fixtures in the next 6, but no one has mentioned Coutinho. I think Coutinho is one for wildcarders. Maybe Mane to Coutinho, I suppose. But the next 2 fixtures are a bit annoying for Coutinho. How do you go back to text after clicking into the emojis? I don't know. I mean, I just clicked the keyboard where the emoji face is, but Az was on the Scoutcast watching, he couldn't change back, so I don't know where it went in that case, to be honest. Boom, ba 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 ba, boom, ba 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 boom. I don't know why you can't change back, I'm afraid. Gundogan will be a great pick. How much is he? He must be cheap. Best captain for game week 8? It's got to be Kane, hasn't it? Finally going to get his brace at Wembley. You said you consider a -4 as a mini wildcard. I will, but what's the suggestion? Why not downgrade Firmino to a non-playing forward? But then I've pretend. Well, I'd have to play Carroll, wouldn't I? I don't really want to do that. Free hit does wipe your transfers, as far as I know yet. Is Morata 100% out? Pretty much, but let's wait and see tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. Click the keyboard. Gundogan is 5.4. Did okay last season for a little bit. The problem is there's so many central midfielders at Man City. That's tough, I think. Mickey, Firmino and Norton to Hazard, Alonso and a non-playing forward. Yeah, but then I've got to play Carroll or Sutner. Don't like that. Have you ever known anyone play 4-5-1? Not intentionally, no. Especially not this year, with so many good strikers. Which position are you most frustrated with? Probably the 3rd striker spot. Take it easy, take it easy. No news on Kolasinac yet, I don't think. Arsenal press conference tomorrow. I think it seemed to be a precaution though. Or not even a precaution, but like a tactical change. Chelsea doctors said they'll try to fix him for Roma. Okay, fair enough. Kolasinac came off at half-time for his second international break game, but apparently it was tactical. Don't forget, by the way, people, hit that like button if you haven't already. We're only on 131. Last few streams we've been getting to like 200 before we even turn off. So if you've enjoyed the stream, haven't hit it yet, make sure you do, please. Take it easy, doo-doo. Wenger says he has a minor problem but think it's ongoing. Okay. You're wildcarding? Oh, jeez. Well, at least wait for the press conference. Gray at Watford at 6.3 million will be a massive leap of faith. Do you know what? I looked at Gray earlier in the season. I'll be honest, like, I completely forgot he even moved. And I think I was watching Match of the Day. I was quite impressed with Watford. This was early on, like, first couple of weeks, I think. And I remember thinking, Gray looked okay, but he's not really done much since. He only played 15 minutes in the last game as well. Why was that? It's Arsenal and Chelsea away next. So can't do it, I don't think. What am I like Watford too, honestly. But I don't know. Why did he only play 15 minutes? Did he get a slight knock? What are your thoughts on Richarlison regarding his upcoming fixtures? I mean, the next two, like I've just said, aren't great. After that, they look good. Firmino, Mkhitaryan, Sutner to Ayew, Hazard, and a premium defender. Man, you're some man for Hazard. Let me see. Hazard instead of a Man City mid, though. Come on. Are you serious, like? I'm not against 4-4-2. I've looked at it already. See you later, Jeff. Cheers for tuning in, as always. Do appreciate it. Okay, let's have a look. In fact, let me do this on screen. Hazard hype is going to backfire. It could do. Let me just pull... Oops, sorry. So Firmino, Mickey... It'd have to be Sutner out because I'll have to play these three. Majority of FPL managers don't seem to worry about fixtures, form, rules. I know, but you don't want to be bringing in Richarlison ahead of Arsenal at home and Chelsea away, I don't think. Alright, Ayew, you're in. Congratulations. Chelsea, Hazard. And then 5.8 million. It's not exactly premium, but... £5.8 million, it's not quite enough. Oh, Monreal's gone up in price. Oh, that's not... They haven't really got the greatest fixtures, have they? David Luiz. Is he 5? He's 5.9. Can't do it, mate. Van Dijk, not a bad shout. They got some really nice fixtures coming up. Or Bertrand, I suppose. Ooh, Otamendi. Now we're talking, lads. 4-4-2. And I get Hazard. Oh, no, I can't do this to myself. I can't do it. 4-4-2. I could just do what everyone else is doing and get Vardy in a City mid. And not take a hit. That's the thing, I feel like switching to 4-4-2 now for a 4-point hit is just trying to be too clever. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're basically looking at... What would it be? Vardy and SILVA. Vardy and SILVA or Hazard... What can I think here? Yes, Hazard and SILVA Sorry, it's Vardy and Silva, or Hazard and Van Dijk. Do you know what I mean? It's every time I think about it, Silva and Vardy just sounds much better. It's a good hit and it eliminates the third forward problem. It does, but it takes a hit when I can get Vardy and Silva for free. Do you know what I mean? I like the idea. I just don't think it's needed. What about your boyfriend SANE? Hey, I like SANE, but not that much. Play it safe though. That sounds so boring. Oh, 4-4-2. How good would that be? 4-4-2 and Hazard. Cheers for tuning in, Fozzie. Catch you later on. What fixtures did Chelsea even have? I know they're okay, but are they like out of this world good? Crystal Palace away. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Watford at home's okay. Nah. I think I'm going Vardy and Silva. I know that's boring, lads, but generally, that's how you win. Well, maybe not win, but get up those rankings. I need to get up those rankings, otherwise people will stop tuning in. Don't forget, hit that like button if you are enjoying the stream. We're 8 away from 150. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. That'll let you know when I'm next going live. We're currently on 5,449 subscribers. So on the way to 10k is the next big thing. City rotation. But is Silva getting rotated? He hasn't been so far. Chelsea major differentials. Yeah, they are. How much do I need a differential though? Eden Hazard. Imagine he puts in a hat-trick. No, I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. The water is good. I don't know if I want to go Maverick, to be honest. Be brave, that's how you win. The thing is, chances are I'm just not going to win the whole thing. Wildcard is in the back pocket. Alan Waring makes a great point there. I do have a wildcard right in my back pocket. Not too much Fabregas love, to be honest. I'd love him a bit more if Morata was definitely going to play. And if he does, then don't know what I do then. Maybe do Mkhitaryan to Fabregas. It's not Maverick going 4-for-2. It eliminates your risky third forward. Yeah. Just doesn't feel right not having Sanchez and Hazard. It's just not that season, is it? Hazard's only worth it if you captain him. Maybe, yeah. I probably said that about De Bruyne, didn't I? So I can't really not say it about Hazard, but I think you can have Hazard or De Bruyne in your team without it. Are you to a 4.5 dud and then it gives you 6.3? Game changer. Then I can get like Bellerin. Hazard hat-trick would have everyone ripping their teams apart. Apart from those that got a wildcard in their back pocket. Hazard so far in the Premier League has 122 minutes, no goals, no assists, and 3 shots on target. Yeah, fair enough, but it's only one game, really. 1.5. If you bring in Hazard, you're also getting 1 clean sheet point. Not with Kante out of the team, I'm not. I like Pope as a goalkeeper. Alright, let's do the polls again. Well, we'll do the polls again if there's been a lot more votes. If not, I won't go through them. Oh, there's been about 50 more votes, so although most of them are going to stick to the same. So Game Week 8 captain, Kane has dropped ever so slightly. He's now 86%. 5% say Jesus, 3% say Lukaku, 1% would do a Man City midfielder, and 3% say someone else. I just realised I spelled how wrong. How many transfers in Game Week 8? 34% said he's made 2. 25% of you have wildcarded. 19% say 1. 16% say 3 plus, and 2% say 0. And which Man City mid to bring in? 45% say Sterling, so that's grown a bit. Or at least the gap has grown between him and Silva. So Sterling 45, Silva 39, 8% for SANE, and 6% saying De Bruyne. I don't think any of them are bringing De Bruyne in, to be honest with you. And on that note, I think we are going to leave it there. Appreciate everyone tuning in as always. Thank you to Jansky, FPL, Dale Davis, and Matthew Higgins for sponsoring. Really appreciate that. And then we have donations from Andy Golf Pro, Yanks, Adam Diori. Apologies if I'm butchering that name. Dale Davis as well as the sponsor. Some donations. And Danny So Sick. Appreciate everyone tuning in, especially the donators, especially the sponsors, everyone who's here every week. Hit the like button on the way out. I really appreciate it. I'll tweet out what transfers I make. To be honest, it's probably going to be Firmino and Mkhitaryan to Silva and Vardy. Very boring, but that's the player I am these days. So yeah, hit that like button on the way out. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with all your friends, all that good stuff. Next stream will be... When's the last match finish? Next stream will be Monday night probably, and then there's a game on Friday, so the next stream will be Thursday next week again, which will be good because it'll only be the next day for the games. So Monday and Thursday for streams next week, and I'll try and fit in all the normal videos around it basically. So good luck everyone for Game Week 8. I'm quite glad now that FPL's back because I've missed it. But yeah, good luck over the weekend, and I'll see you Monday. Cheers, everyone.